Unless this is on. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tisha Weber from the Urban Forestry Department. I have been employed for the city for 24 years. I want to thank my department head, David Miranda, and my crew and my co-workers for the support and the patience for working with me in this male-dominant department. I am honored for the recognition that my department has given to me. I want to thank my family for being supportive. For 24 years, I started from a vocational worker. I worked my way up to a tree service
To get an email that it
and
happened.
then I became a tree surgeon.
I'm very
I
popular.
remember when I first got here, I used to look at the guys trimming the trees. I was like, wow, I want to do that. So, it took a while. It took a lot of patience and dedication and hard work. I am the first woman tree surgeon with the city of Los Angeles. And I want to be a role model to the upcoming women that's even interested in this profession. Don't never give up. It's one day at a time. Thank you again for my department for this recommendation. And thank you, Board of Public Works.
Probably don't need to hear that. That's the best 2 seconds of the video.
No, she said.
Tisha Weber from the Urban Forestry Department. I have been employed for the city for 24 years. I want to thank my department heads, David Miranda, and my crew and my co-workers for the support and the patience for working with me in this male-dominant department. I am honored for the recognition that my department has given to me. I want to thank my family for being supportive for 24 years. I started from a vocational worker. I worked my way.
we did that already. It's just like a hot tub. We could get it. Plate. It's a plate. But you could do it. So go for it. I gotta sit over here, guys. Well, actually, I think it's So
Good morning. Welcome to the board meeting of Friday, March 22nd. We will formally get started, but I wanted to invite anyone who would like to give public comment. If you're attending in person, we have comment cards in the back of the room, and you can either sign up for general public comment or comment on any of our agendized items. If you are joining us virtually, please press *9 to raise your hand and 6 to unmute, and let me know if you are requesting to speak on general public comment or agenda item. Thank you. Good morning. Again, thank you for joining us for the meeting of the Board of Public Works meeting for Friday, March 22nd. We will formally begin shortly. I just want to invite any guests who would like to give public comment or neighborhood council commentary. There are cards in the back of the room. You can just bring those up to me. If you are joining us via Zoom, please press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute, and let me know if you would like to give commentary on general public comment or any agendized item. Thank you. Good morning, President Garcia. The time is 10:09 and we are in record mode.
Thank you very much for that, Ms. Pohl. This morning, we are officially going to get started, so I will ask that everybody please lower down your cell phones and as we will kick off today's meeting. All right, Tansy, are we ready to go?
Yes. Good morning, members of the board. I am Tansy Cole, Senior Management Analyst with the Board of Public Works, establishing roll call and quorum. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, Commissioner Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corsan, and Commissioner Reyes are present, and we have a quorum. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Thomas Castillo Vega. And President Garcia, we have one general public comment for the regular meeting.
Very well, thank you for that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Friday, March 22, 2024. Ms. Cole? I think you already established quorum.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, colleagues, good morning to everyone. Good morning, folks that are here. We have a very special agenda packed for today. I just want to go over through some of the business items before we get started. But today we have two presentations, Spark presentation and a Women's History Month recognition for the year 2024. So with that, I am going to first do presentations, and then I will take on our business for the day, which would be, and I'll just start now, items 1, 2, and 3 have been continued to April 3rd. Item 5 has been continued to April 3rd, and we will take on the rest of the items today. We also have a special agenda, and that starts after we conclude our regular meeting. All right, so good morning, everyone. We are going to kick it off with the approval of the minutes for Friday, March 8th, 2024. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you. VP Villegas, Ms. Cole, there's a first by VP Villegas and a second by me. There's a first by me and a second by Vice President Villegas to approve the minutes of Friday, March 8th, 2024.
We'll tabulate the vote, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
VP Villegas. Aye. President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the minutes are adopted.
Okay, I am going to take item number 7. Number 7 and 8 are admin, right, Ms. Cole? Okay,
Yes.
Item number 7 is a specification submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids for Council District 5 Mid-City Low-Stress Bicycle Enhancement Corridor Work Order E1908716 for $2,695,564.
We have one public comment card for item 7, President Garcia.
We'll take one public comment now. I'm waiting. I have the Spark Girls coming, so I'm kind of waiting for them to come before we start our presentations.
Okay.
And this is general public comment or public comment for item number 7?
Item number 7.
Okay, we'll take that one. Item number 7, public comment. I don't have the card. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold this one because I'm sorry. We're gonna hold this one because we're on a time limit here, and I just want to make sure that we are here for everybody's presentation and that they get to leave on time before their bus leaves them. So I'm sorry. I was trying to take some items beforehand, but I think we're gonna just hold on that and start our Spark presentation because we have a lot going on here. And right after that, we will do our Public Works Woman presentation as well. Then we'll go into business, today's business. All right. What is that noise? It's buzzing noise. Here, I need to close the regular meeting right now and open our special meeting, so because our Spark presentation is under my special meeting. So can we conclude the regular meeting, open special, and then we'll go back to the regular?
With the Board of Public Works, and we have Commissioner President Garcia, VP Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Reyes, and Commissioner Corsan present, and we have a quorum.
Thank you for that. Again, thank you, everybody, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Friday, March 22nd, 2024. And this morning, we have another very great presentation because we are just concluding our Women's History Month, and today is nevertheless, we are going to recognize the great women of our Public Works Department. And with that, I am going to turn this over to our Vice President Villegas, as Vice President Villegas and Commissioner Reyes will lead us on today's celebration. And with that, VP.
Wonderful. Wonderful, thank you. And it brings me great honor to celebrate Women's History Month today in celebration of our employees. It's very fitting that we had the young ladies from Gala School join us today as well in celebration of Women's History Month. It goes to show that, you know, as my grandmother would say, women count for double. We can work, we can cook, we can, you know, be strategic, but we can also, you know, do so many other things. And as women, we are, I always tell my family, I have in my brain, I have at least 10,000 tabs open because we balance so many things at the same time. And there's been, I'm not alone in saying something like that because as women, we know that we can do more and strive, and our stories are not yet been told, seeing with what we had this morning in celebration. So good morning, everyone, and happy Women's History Month, the month of March. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing a few of the exceptional women from the Department of Public Works. The month of March is designated Women's History Month by presidential proclamation. It is an important time to celebrate and reflect on women's achievements as well as the struggles that were overcome to bring us where we are today. The contribution of women have been immense throughout history, but they've often also have gone unsung. This year, the theme for the National Women's History Month is Women Who Advocate for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. The theme recognizes women throughout the country who understand that a positive future is needed and that we need to eliminate bias, discrimination entirely from our lives and institutions. While this time is set aside to commemorate a vital role women have played in American history, it is also an opportunity to celebrate the many ways in which women are trailblazers today. We are very fortunate to be surrounded by so many women who are leading and serving our community and have broken barriers to improve the lives of many Angelenos every single day. Mayor Karen Bass, the first female mayor for the city of Los Angeles, has been a lifelong champion and advocate for gender equity and women's leadership. And it is a testament to her leadership that we continue to see so many high-ranking women throughout the city of Los Angeles. These strong women are inspiring girls across Los Angeles who might have considered certain career paths impossible and thought that these positions were out of reach for them. Just to name a few, we have our city council has now 7 female members on the council, and that includes Councilmember Monica Rodriguez, Councilmember Nithya Raman, Councilmember Tracy Park, Councilmember Yaroslavsky, Councilmember Eunices Hernandez, Councilmember Heather Hutt, and most recently, Councilmember Imelda Padilla. Ms. Barbara Romero, or I should say General Manager Barbara Romero, is currently the only woman leading one of the largest bureaus as the sanitation director. And amazing women who lead our board offices include Rachel Malerich, Erica Blyther, and Marta Segura. Kristen Chief Crowley, the first woman to ever lead the Los Angeles Fire Department. Laura Rubio Cornejo, who leads the Department of Transportation. And Capri Maddox, the General Manager of the Civil and Human Rights and Equity Department. This is powerful, and we must celebrate because it teaches young ladies who strive to be a part of all of this that dreams are capable of being achieved and there are no limits. These are stories that will inspire the future. Today we honor a few of the women from the Department of Public Works who are providing exemplary service on important and critical work for the city. These women are serving, informing, and our communities and working hard to deliver and highlight the core services that make our neighborhoods safer, cleaner, and more livable. The board is honored to recognize and celebrate you all for your invaluable contributions to the Department of Public Works, the City of Los Angeles, and its 4 million residents. So now, I'd like to invite President Pro Tem Mike Davis to introduce our first honoree from the Bureau of Contract Administration.
Vice President Teresa Villegas, I want to compliment your work and the work of the committee to coordinate this effort to honor women in our society. No argument from scholars or anyone else living that women are the center of our society and have always been. And I know that the Merriam-Webster dictionary says that the center is the point from which things emit. It is the purpose for which it or a thing exists. And certainly that's who women are in our society. And so I compliment you for recognizing the significance of women in this organization called the City of Los Angeles. And it is my privilege to present to you the woman that we honor in the Bureau of Contract Administration, Patricia Fules. She's a senior management analyst from the Bureau of Contract Administration. Patty is what she's affectionately called. She started her BCA career with the Equal Employment Opportunity and Enforcement section, verifying ordinances, affidavits prior to awarding city contracts and monitoring contractor operations, as well as investigating complaints and issues. Her desire to learn something new led Patty to transfer to the business inclusion section of the Bureau, where she's been instrumental in both handling the heavy workload as well as training new staff. In addition to reviewing bids and making recommendations to the Board of Public Works, she's tackled the demands of budget preparation and has honed in on her public speaking skills by presenting information on the business inclusion program at pre-bid meetings and at part of various department training seminars. Prior to joining the city, Patty worked in different capacities in the legal and healthcare industry, working her way up from a clerk to a supervisor. In these roles, she developed orientation and training programs, created presentations, researched areas for potential company growth, and assisted with various personnel functions, to name a few. Patty had her infectious, positive attitude on display while serving on the management assistant panel. As a result, one of the new hires shared that he chose to accept the Bureau of Contract Administration's offer of employment because he thought it had to be a good place to work, since Patty was so happy to work here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Patricia Fules.
Congratulations. We also have a certificate of recognition from the Board of Public Works, honors Ms. Patricia Fules, Senior Management Analyst and Women's History Month, in recognition of the exemplary work you do every day and the shining example you set as a woman breaking barriers and setting a higher standard in your industry. The Board of Public Works honors you in celebration of Women's History Month 2024. Thank you for inspiring women to break through barriers in the workforce. Congratulations. I think we have Director Reamer here to say a few words.
Well, good morning, commissioners, department family. Thank you for doing this. I tell people I have not been able to do what I do in life had it not been for a very strong mother, a very strong, loving wife, a very strong daughter who is a small business owner, and now I have a granddaughter. So I so appreciate how valuable women are in our society. Be it for the Bureau of Contract Administration, who's enjoying retirement now, Hannah Choi, but for those wonderful women that are there right now, Angelica Samoa, Kimberly Fitzpatrick, Seffi Wiles, for Linda McGlinchey, for Angela Martinez, whom you saw today, we would not be able to do what we do without them. And then I met this young lady to my left. Oh my goodness. If you're talking about an attraction, and when I mean that, I say it in the sense that there is not a day that I've ever seen her where there's been a frown on her face, a bad word come out of her mouth from being frustrated or anything like that. This is a person who is just a blessing from above. And not just because of her personality, but because of her performance as well. As you read, Commissioner, the things that she has accomplished in her career, Patty is someone who does not know how to say no. Now, that could be a bad thing, and we tried hard not to take advantage of that, but she is someone who is willing to do whatever it takes to make things happen. What came to mind as I was in the back thinking is that champions don't complain, but they conquer. Patty is a champion that has never complained, but she conquers every assignment that we provide her. And yes, she definitely is someone that makes everyone feel better. So I am so pleased to be here to just say thank you, Patty. And I got to meet her mother to see where it started. And her mother is just like her. I'm like, there she is. So we are blessed in the Bureau of Contract Administration to have Patty, but we're blessed in the Department of Public Works to have Patty. And I am just honored to be here today to honor you and to say thank you for all that you do. Blessings to you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for, I feel like I don't really deserve this award yet. I feel like I have so much to do in order to earn this, award. But I happily accept it because I know that I'm in very good company. There are a lot of people that I look up to in this board. And then also, I know that I'm in good company. I know that the future is going to be good. And then having my mom here, someone whom I look up to, it's one of the proudest moments of my life. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate all of it. Thank you.
Open your certificate.
Oh, move the mic. Congratulations again. Our next honoree is from the Bureau of Engineering. I will do the presentation for Ms. Joyce Marr. Ms. Joyce Marr is a structural engineer, Associate 4 with the Bureau of Engineering. Congratulations. Ms. Joy Marr is a dedicated professional with 27 years serving the city. Throughout her career, she has navigated the roles and contributing significantly to the city's infrastructure and community development. In the first half of her career, she honed her skills as a case manager at Building and Safety, managing complex cases. She played a pivotal role in ensuring compliance and safety standards in construction projects. This experience laid the foundation for her transition to the Bureau of Engineering, where she has spent the latter half of her career. As a project manager, she has successfully overseen the construction of projects to finish on time and within budget of 6 new fire stations, implemented renovation at all 110 fire stations, and played a crucial role in the development of the new police academy at Elysian Park. Her portfolio also includes managing various interim housing projects, showcasing her commitment to addressing the evolving need for the community. She is currently working on the Mayfair Hotel Homeless Shelter Project, which is not an easy feat, where she's using her extensive experience to contribute to the city's effort in providing shelter and support to those in need. Outside of her professional endeavors, she is navigating the transition being an empty nester as her son embarks on his college journey this fall. Volunteering at church and exploring her passion for gourmet cooking has become an integral part of her new chapter. She finds joy in the culinary experience for friends. In addition to her human connection, she shares her life with a 2-year-old four-legged fur baby named Wookie. That's adorable. Whose Instagram account has quite a following, and adding a touch to the fulfilled charm of her life outside of the office. Thank you, Joyce, and congratulations on this recognition. I will let Mr. Ted Allen say a few words.
All right. Thank you, Vice President Vegas, and thank you, President Garcia and Commissioners. Very, very happy to be here. I don't know. I need to talk to you all about the order, though, how I keep having to go after John Reamer. That's a lot of pressure, but
I think
I'll do my best.
Yeah, we're gonna flip it around next.
Yeah. Before going into how great Joyce is, and Joyce is definitely great, I just wanted to thank you so much for this program and acknowledge and, say a quick word about something Marina and I were chatting about. So today we have, aside from Joyce, we have many great women in the Bureau of Engineering. So we have here Chief Deputy City Engineer Deborah Weintraub, Senior Architect Marina Quinones, and then Civil Engineer Amy Lynn. And so we were talking at the break about how great this program was. And it's interesting how sometimes subtle things can make a difference in someone's lives. And so for me, growing up, I had never even heard of civil engineering. We took an aptitude test, I don't know, somewhere around junior high, high school, and they were like, oh, you should be an engineer, and it kind of put me on that path. Well, Marina was sharing a story that, she wanted to do drafting. I hope you don't mind if I share this story. And they suggested maybe she would like the cooking class. And I liked the cooking class. She might like that too. But sometimes these things are subtle in how differences that can be made. And so I think it's great that you have this program for them to see it. And I just want you all to know, and I think you probably heard this many times, you can do whatever you want. Don't listen to anyone that says you can't do something. You can do whatever you want. If you don't like math and you don't want to do STEM, that's okay too. You don't have to, but if you want to do it, you can do it. And we have some great examples here today of people that have done it and do it very well. And that brings us to Joyce. Joyce does things very well. She's been a project manager with the Bureau of Engineering for some time. I first got to know her when she was working in the fire bond program. I worked in Prop F many years ago on the animal bond program, and I saw how well she did things there. And when I think of Joyce, I wrote down some of the things I think of when I think of Joyce: professional, hardworking, honest, very smart, very organized, on top of things. If you want to get something done, Joyce is a person that will get it done, and I think sometimes, as sometimes still happens today, unfortunately, people underestimate her sometimes when she comes in, maybe because she's a woman. But they learn very quickly not to underestimate her. She's very, very good at what she does, which is why she's running one of our top priority projects. As you all know, the Mayfair is one of our top priority projects. She was chosen for that not because she's a woman, but because she's very good. She just happens to be a woman. And so, Joyce, I want to thank you for all that you do for us. I'm so excited to get to recognize you here today. And with that, congratulations.
I just want to thank the Board of Public Works for providing this type of acknowledgement. And I just also want to thank Ted Allen, Deputy or City Engineer Deborah Weintraub, and Marina Quinones for always supporting me. Every decision that I make, they always support me. And that's what makes my job very easy. So it's very important to have leaders that can give you that support to be able to do what I do. And so, yeah, just thank you guys very much for that. My son's joining me here today. He's going to be off to college next year, so this is very a proud moment for me to have him see me be recognized before he goes off. And my mom is here too, so yeah.
Thank you. And
Thank you to the Spark Girls. We'll see you next year. Thank you.
all right, and our next honoree will be presented by Commissioner Reyes.
All right. It is my pleasure and honor to present the nominee or honoree really for LA Sanitation and Environment, Tanya Shelton, our Public Information to Director, who has over 25 years of service with the city and LA Sanitation and Environment. She leads the department's Public Affairs Office, as well as LA Sanitation's Community Outreach and Engagement Team. Not an easy fit. So, Tanya, you are a public relations strategist. You have extensive experience in coordinating community and media relations for large public works infrastructure projects, and I can say you do it gracefully, you do it with a lot of aplomb, and you're so calm and collected, especially as you serve as a spokesperson for the city, even during a crisis. Thank you for that. Tanya holds a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Public Relations from California State University, Long Beach. Tanya's expertise in large-scale, constituent-sensitive outreach has given her a niche as the go-to person to manage projects that require extensive community partnership and mitigation. Passionate about protecting the quality of life for all communities, she brings their voices to City Hall to ensure that city partnerships reflect the needs of all parties. Tanya received the California Water Environment Association's LA Basin Section, which is the CWEA LABS 2021 Community Engagement Outreach Person of the Year Award for her work on the Venice Dual Force Main Sewer Project, which took a while and which you did a really good job in terms of the community engagement. And that same association honored the outreach team with a 2023 Community Engagement and Outreach Project of the Year. What a big accomplishment. Congratulations to you and the team for the important and critical work you have done and will continue for your recognition this morning. Thank you, Tanya, for all the work that you've done. And I'm going to call on Barbara Romero, our General Manager for LA Sanitation and Environment, and one of our outstanding women leaders in the city of LA.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here today to honor Tanya. All of you are familiar with her work because she's in charge not only of sanitation's work, but all of public works. And as Commissioner Reyes described, she's been here for over 25 years. I don't believe it. But it's been a great pleasure to really getting to know her in several fronts. First, I got to know her when I was a commissioner, then when I was in the mayor's office, and now I get to, day in and day out, talk to her. If I'm not talking to her, sometimes it's actually nice when I don't have to talk to her because I know there's something that we have to address with the public at large. But she is a consummate professional in this role. I can't think of someone better to honor in this way because of not only it's her, when we talk about leadership, when we talk about power, she carries it very well, very cool and collected. And it's one of those superpowers that I say women possess that you don't know what's coming until it's there. And so I am deeply thankful and grateful that she has taken on this step and this transition in her new role. And we couldn't do what we do day in and day out without her. And the one thing that sticks out for me is she's just really dependable and reliable, and you always know that it just feels good. Like in you know, a lot of times in these crisis situations, it feels good to have someone like her on your team. And so when we as executives recommended her, I was very excited to be here to not only recognize her work, but also that she does it with such style. Always ready to roll up her sleeves, but she's always wearing her very stylish shoes, and that's like her feminine power, her superpower that she possesses. And I can go on, and I went off script because that's what I like to, because she didn't write it, so I know she's not going to be offended. But thank you, Tanya, on behalf of sanitation, but also our Public Works family for all you do. And it's great to have her in front and center, because she's always behind the scenes, making sure that we're taken care of as a Public Works family. So congratulations, Tanya.
Thank you so much. I'm going to display that other side of womanhood. I'm a little bit emotional. That was so, this whole thing is so heartwarming, and I'm just so grateful to all of you. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that thank you to Barbara, that my greatest opportunity to lead the Public Affairs Office, along with serving as the lead for community outreach, came under your leadership, a woman who is dynamic and a visionary. So thank you, and thank you to Nicole and Tracy, a group of women who just work very hard, and I'm proud to be working very closely with them. And good morning, commissioners, President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem, Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Corson, and Commissioner Reyes. She's been very close to me, near and dear, as we work on Hyperion and El Segundo issues. So thank you so much. I just want to say this has been a wonderful journey working with the City of Los Angeles. I started at the very first step in my, I guess you call it outreach section, our public relations section, as a public relations specialist 1, and I've been able to go all the way to a public information director 2, and I'm very proud of that. That doesn't always happen, but I'm very proud that I was able to accomplish that, working with so many other women and being mentored by so many tremendous women. So I'm grateful. I'd be also remiss if I didn't talk about the women in my life. My grandmother, who was a domestic worker, who went off every day on the bus to clean houses and serve others, but she came back, and she was always strong and just represented a very strong, faithful person for me. My mother, who worked 30 years for the state of California, and then my aunt, who was also affiliated with the City of Los Angeles in the Department of Transportation. She was one of the very first women, Gloria Miller, to be an inspector for DOT, and the men did not quite accept her with wide arms, and so she had to keep coming back, and she always references that story to me, and so I draw from women like her to keep coming back. My ascension to this promotion position took quite some time, but I hope that I demonstrate you keep coming back, you keep working hard, and I hope I'm doing that for my children, particularly my girls, Kyla, my oldest here, Arissa, my sons, Jordan and Marcus, and my son-in-law, Christopher, is here. So I could go on and on, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Tanya.
And congratulations again. I would just be remiss. I know Nicole Burnson really wanted to come today, so she sends her congratulations as well.
Too quick, Barbara.
Also, my sister Sharon is here, very dynamic woman. Thank you.
Congratulations. There's not enough words that we can say about Tanya, who helps all of us. All right. Next, we have the Bureau of Street Lighting, and I'll turn the floor over to Commissioner Vahid Khorsand.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. In your acknowledgement of women leaders across the city, you left out yourself and President Garcia. The city itself, I'm going to take a minute just to talk about the broader comments that we usually say for the end, so I can be brief in speaking. I think when this event comes around, my second year, this is my third time participating in this, it's just incredible to see how the city itself has evolved and how equity and leadership has sparked, as I use that pun again, equity in services. And I think when we have more individuals from all walks of life participate, it breaks down barriers and you all become trailblazers for how we can be a better city, not just in terms of opportunities we create for others, but being mindful of what our city should do in terms of services for others who struggle sometimes to be heard. And when I look around this room, I think this is the first time I've worked in some way, shape, or form with each of our honorees. So I know firsthand, after 2 years, how incredible your work is and how meaningful it is. And to your families and your loved ones and your friends here or listening, like, just know that the work they do is really meaningful to our city. And it should be acknowledged every day when they come home and something goes wrong and somebody said something, that just remind them, like, this is really incredible work you do. And speaking of incredible work, I get to introduce someone who just a month or so ago, when we had our last recognition, got a warm-up introduction to this recognition. Ms. Sylvia Torres, Street Lighting Construction and Maintenance Superintendent from the Bureau of Street Lighting. Ms. Torres is the first woman in the Bureau of Street Lighting to lead our Field Operations Division. She grew up in Echo Park area, emigrating from the Yucatan, Mexico with her parents at the age of 9. Both of her parents were farm workers, and her father came here originally as a bracero. She first worked in the aerospace industry for 12 years, and the city was fortunate to have her start with street lighting in 1992 as a student worker in lieu of an electrical craft helper. She first, between 1998 and 2015, she was promoted within the Bureau to Assistant Street Lighting Electrician. In 2003 to Street Lighting Electrician, and then in 2015 to Street Lighting Electrician Supervisor 1, with those all being firsts as well. In September 2019, she was promoted to Superintendent 1, overseeing the construction of our street lighting projects, and recently promoted to the head position of our Field Operations Division, which is, I've heard, is a very easy job to have these days. Ms. Torres is a hardworking and highly motivated employee who has established herself over the years as someone who will get the job done. She's very much respected by everyone at BSL. She has a very appreciable and can-do attitude that is always looking to share her knowledge and train the next generation of BSL street lighting electricians. Congratulations on your incredible 3+ decades working with the street lighting, and thank you for your great work you have done and you will continue to do, doing a lot with limited resources that we give street lighting, while being a mentor to the staff who have benefited from your decades of service. Thank you and congratulations.
We'll let you speak as well. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So when we were looking to nominate somebody for Outstanding Women in BSL for Women History Month, it was really no choice. The Bureau is full of outstanding women, and they're all rising stars in their own rights, but Sylvia is the standout at this moment in time. In January, as Commissioner Corsan said, Sylvia was appointed to the head of our field operations. This makes her the first female ever head of our field operations division. She's worked in the Bureau for many, many years and started at the very bottom as a student worker in our entry-level electrical position as an electrical craft helper. Throughout the years she's worked her way up through the ranks, she's been the only woman to do all of these things within street lighting. In fact, under 3% of electricians in the U.S. are women, and it's actually more like 2.33%, and that makes her rise to the top even more impressive. As we all know, women are about half of the population in the world, but only 2% serve in the electrical trades, and we need to change that. And I do believe that Sylvia will help us change that. It's high time that the limitations of gender roles are challenged and norms are broken, and it's time we value and credit women for their contributions and help them grow. Many of us work in offices that have diversity, good diversity, decent diversity, but to give you all a mental picture of what our field operations is like, besides our office staff, everybody there is male, except for Sylvia. And we just recently hired one female employee besides Sylvia that we hope will stay a long time and help turn the tides. Earlier this week, we met with some new office staff in our field operations, and we had hired them from the Target Local Hire Program. And one of them, who's working in a clerical capacity, said, you know, I think I may want to change my career path, and I think I'm going to try and become an electrical craft helper. I'm going to look into doing that. And I really have no doubt that she believes that that's a good path for her, and can excel with that choice because she sees Sylvia and because she receives the support and inspiration from Sylvia. When opportunities are created for women in terms of education and profession in their fields of interest without any restrictions or limitations, it's empowering, and we need to ensure that we're doing more of that. And having Sylvia heading the way, leading more than half of our bureau, I believe we're on the right track, and I believe that she will create more opportunities and empower more employees and hopefully future employees. I want to get to a place where we need a women's locker room at our field operations, not just a single or double bathroom with a couple of lockers, but a true bona fide locker room like we have for the men that are in our team. Then we'll know that we're making a difference in tipping the scales. So Sylvia, I want to congratulate you and thank you for many years of hard work and for getting to where you are today. Your leadership and accomplishments are an inspiration to us. Women bring numerous benefits to business, from loyalty and better representation to a fresh perspective, and I look forward to many more years of working with you, learning from you, and collaborating with you on all things street lighting.
As you mentioned, thank you. As a daughter of immigrant farm worker, I am humbled to stand here today and thank the board and commissioners for this honor. My mother and father would have been very, very proud of me. It takes teamwork to accomplish this recognition. Therefore, I have a lot of people to thank. My co-workers, supervisors, I'd like to thank all of them for the hard work and standing here with me today. Many. Thank you for being part of my journey, being there working together with me on hot, humid, rainy days, jackhammering many sidewalks and many streets. This is very hard work, construction is. To my office staff, Lorna, and all of the office staff who work so hard to make things easier for me, thank you for the dedication and perseverance. You're and all the co-workers, not just co-workers, they are family. Megan, thank you for so much, always being so supportive, willing to listen to my opinions, ideas, and being such a great boss. You are an example of what hard work and long hours can accomplish. To Miguel, my director, the captain of our vessels, thank you for outstanding leadership and for giving me the opportunity to be part of his vision, which is now our vision. Yes, together we will continue to provide smart, safe lighting for all the residents and visitors, lighting the way for all Angelinos. That is what street lighting does. We light the way. Thank you.
Please do not interrupt our ceremony. This is your first and only warning to Mr. H, and also do not stand in the middle of the aisle. It's not the time for that.
All right.
First and only warning. That's one of each. Miss Security, they each have one warning each. Next time they interrupt or stand in the aisle during the ceremony, please escort them out. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again to Sylvia. Our next honoree will be presented by President Garcia, and that's for Streets LA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vice President. And I just want to say thank you to all the women that are here and to all the men that support the women that work here in the Public Works Department. Sometimes we don't give them that much credit, but I know that there's many folks that really celebrate their spouse, their sisters, their mothers, and so forth. So thank you for doing that. Ted Allen is a great role model of that, as he has a very strong woman next to him, Miss Julie Allen, who's not here. And if you don't know Miss Julie Allen, she was the one mastermind of that beautiful 6th Street Bridge that we have there. So we will always recognize her for that, and she will always be on the top of that. Although she's at sanitation now, that's fine. But I just want to say I didn't want to remiss and not miss Julie Allen, because she has played a pivotal role as well. And also I want to recognize Megan, who has been part of the Bureau of Street Lighting for many years, and she continues to hold that space strong, but she's just a very collaborative person to work with, and that speaks volumes. So thank you, Megan. You're also recognized during this special month as well. All right, so my honoree is not here in person today, but there is a video of her that is going to be played. Unfortunately, she had a scheduled vacation during today's time, but I'm going to read her bio, and then Devin, I believe we have a video to play? Okay, so I'll start with her bio, and then we'll play her video. Tricia Weber, many of you may or may not know her. She's a tree surgeon from the Streets LA Department.
Hi, my name is Tisha Weber from the
Hang on. We're gonna do one thing. Can you please stop walking around? We're in the middle of a ceremony, and I do not want any more interruptions. Security, please escort the gentleman with the green shirt. This is the second warning. We're gonna take a few minutes to make sure that we have clear for our ceremony. And there's also no eating in this room, and I know I saw it. I did not want to interrupt our speakers at that time. Please escort, please. That was your only warning. You'll also be escorted out, because I'm not speaking. Both need to be escorted out. Thank you. I gave you a first warning for interrupting. I'm not speaking to you. I need you to be out.
I have a disability, and
I need you to be out. I need you to be out.
I have a right to stand on the street for my disability, because I have a disability with racist prejudice.
You didn't notify us.
So don't dare make remarks about me having to stand up. I have every right to stand up. I'm a fucking American citizen. No, he ain't gonna put his hands on me. I'm leaving, bitch.
There's no eating in the room either. Let's go.
And I'm coming back.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Let's go. Goodbye. Both. Security guard, please. Both. Thank you.
I'm leaving, Patty. I heard you loud and clear. I'm leaving. But you're not gonna push me. I'm disabled. And you're not gonna put your hands on me because I'm disabled. You racist pig. I deal with this disability because you're racist.
Oh.
White pig.
Security, Security, please get him out. If not, we're gonna call it, and we're gonna have to call LAPD.
Violate my civil rights under the American Disability Act, you fat pig.
Security, you can call LAPD to get some assistance. Okay, I'm so sorry to the visitors that are here. I do apologize for that. Thank you. I didn't want to interrupt the speakers while we were in the middle of a really nice ceremony, but I think we're going to be okay for now to continue without any other interruptions. So my apologies again to those that are visitors. This is a public hearing, and this is what happened in public hearings. But with that, I am going to now continue our ceremony because we still have very great women that we are celebrating. And this is a very special ceremony, not only to us, but to really the employees of the Board of Public Works. So with that, I am going to read Tricia Weber's tree surgeon from the Bureau of Streets Services Department. Why am I having a hard time? Tricia Weber is a tree surgeon. She has devoted 23 years and a half to the Streets LA Urban Forestry Division. Tisha started as a vocational worker in August of 2000 and has worked very diligently. She was promoted to tree surgeon assistant and then to tree surgeon in May of 2016. She works in the mountain area and has worked with our planting, trimming, and tree emergency crews. She runs the emergency truck in the mountain area when needed. By the way, if you guys don't know what that means, when there's storms like the ones that we had just recently, this is the crew that goes out to those hillsides where we have just tons of trees that fall, and if she's one of the workers there, she's actually, when we're all inside and be told to stay inside, she is one of the ones that is outside in the rain, making sure that there isn't any trees or obstructions in our roadways. So I'm just sad that she's not here because I would love to really thank her in person, because I've been part of those emergency calls, and they are definitely a work in action that if you have not experienced that or seen that, you really should, and that's really hard work. So her hard work and dedication are highly valued with the organization, and she has become an expert in her field. Tisha has a strong work ethic and is always willing to go above and beyond to ensure the safety and health of the trees in her care. She is known for her attention to detail and problem-solving ability under challenging situations. Tisha is a great team player and is always willing to lend a helping hand to her colleagues. She is a respected member of the Bureau of Street Services organization, and her knowledge and skills are highly sought after. Tisha's passion for trees and the environment shines through in her work, and she is genuinely dedicated to the preservation and maintenance of the trees in the mountain area. We are grateful to have Tisha in our team and look forward to many more years of her experience and dedication to street services. We thank Tisha for all she does, and with that, I heartily give a heartfelt to her. She's not here, wherever she's at. I know she's here in spirit, and to the street services team, I know they're here also in spirit. But with that, we have a small video that was sent on their behalf. So Roman, take it away.
Hi, my name is Tisha Weber from the Urban Forestry Department. I have been employed for the city for 24 years. I want to thank my department head, David Miranda, and my crew and my co-workers for the support and the patience for working with me in this male-dominant department. I am honored for the recognition that my department has given to me. I want to thank my family for being supportive for 24 years. I started from a vocational worker. I worked my way up to a tree surgeon assistant, and then I became a tree surgeon. I remember when I first got here, I used to look at the guys trimming the trees. I was like, wow, I want to do that. So, you know, it took a while. It took a lot of patience and dedication and hard work. I am the first woman tree surgeon with the city of Los Angeles. And I want to be a role model to the upcoming
women that's even interested in this profession. Don't never give up. It's one day at a time. Thank you again for my department for this recommendation. And thank you, Board of Public Works.
I want to thank John. I'm sure you did that video. I take it. Thank you for that. And come on Street Services. Actually, that gave me such a great idea. Maybe for next year we can take video shots of folks. 'Cause that was really nice to see that. Oh, well, welcome.
Well, I'm here on behalf of her to receive her award. And she's celebrating her 50th birthday out in New Orleans. And I'm Jerry Miranda. I'm superintendent with Urban Forestry, and she is a pleasure to work with. Thank you, Commissioner, for covering her background. Thank you, Vice President and all, for her award, and I'm here to receive it for her. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that beautiful presentation, and congratulations again to our Streets LA team and honoree. Our next presentation is on behalf of the Board of Public Works, and I invite Deva Zatorsky also here to present the next honoree, and that's to Felicia Orozco.
All right. Good morning, President Garcia. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm very excited to present this award to Felicia Orozco today. I get the honor to read her bio, so a little bit of background on her, and then to provide a few remarks. So let's start. Felicia has been a full-time city employee for almost a decade. She joined the board in January 2023 and currently serves as the program manager for the Clean LA Jobs program. Through this program, she provides employment opportunities to low-income youth and adults with barriers to employment and helps transition these Clean LA graduates into a full-time civil service job. And we're excited to have Barbara Ramiro here today, who we have about 19 graduates under Felicia's watch who have transitioned into the Bureau of Sanitation, and we have a few more transitioning into street service. So really exciting things and opportunities Felicia is making happen for these people's lives. She oversees 12 crews that provide street cleanup services in areas of the city with the greatest need. Felicia works day to day to make sure that the crews are coordinated and their cleanup efforts are creating a difference in the community. Even during these most recent storms, Felicia went above and beyond and provided oversight to the Clean LA crews to make sure they were out there and removing debris from rain gutters and making sure our streets weren't flooding and keeping clear pathways during these heavy rains. Prior to joining the board, Felicia was the Director of Government Affairs for the Controller's Office, and before that spent 4 years with Council District 7 as the Legislative Director. In her first 3 years with the city, she worked as a budget analyst in the CAO's office. She started as a management assistant and worked on public works, full circle, and public safety programs. Felicia is also proud to share that her city service started in 2007 as a lifeguard. She spent 8 seasons working at Sylmar Pool in Cambrio Beach. She learned how to swim through the LA 84 program and is very excited that LA will be hosting the Olympics in 2028. Thank you for all your work and success of this important city program. So that's a little bit of background on Felicia, a very impressive resume. I'm excited. I want to share a few words. That's her background, which is very impressive. Which, leading to her impressive, I was on the panel, lucky enough to interview for Felicia when she came to the board. And I remember sitting on that panel and I said, I don't think I'm qualified enough to be interviewing Felicia. She was so impressive. Her resume, she's so capable. We're so lucky to have her at the board. When she came on to work on Clean LA, I would say there was a complete transformation and transition. And I think Clean LA is now a household city name, and people know that program. And Felicia's doing the work every day to make sure that we are continuously helping people and getting them jobs and keeping our city services running strong and doing this supplemental work to keep our city clean, but I think the bigger impact she's making, and I know she was really excited to start working on it, was helping these people every day. I see her work with folks and folks that have a lot of barriers to employment. I know she deals with some really hard situations sometimes, has to discipline passion because she has such a passion for this city. She grew up in Sylmar, grew up in the city, is a very proud city native and city employee. And I think we're all really lucky to have her passion she brings to work every day and the compassion she brings to her job and just the light and joy she brings to our office. And we're very lucky to have her at the board. And the second I interviewed her, I said, she has to be here. So I'm so happy it's worked out and now we get to work together and we get to do some really great things. So, thanks.
Wow. Thank you, Devin, so much. Thank you, President Garcia, commissioners. This is just an honor to me. It's truly special. I take a lot of pride working for the city. You know, what we get to do is serving the great people of Los Angeles and the great city that raised me. Will not get emotional, but maybe a little bit. It's just special. And like she said, I'm approaching my 10 years and I've had fun every minute of it. It's just been a special time. This is Women's History Month, so I just want to thank all the women that have helped me along my career, that have inspired me, that have supported me, just helped me. I try to do the same in supporting the younger women, younger generation, people around me, and just ask that we all continue to uplift and support women. So thank you, and happy Women's History Month.
Thank you, and I will turn the floor over for closing remarks to Commissioner Reyes. Thank you.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Thank you to our Board of Public Works Commissioners for hosting this event every year and really taking that effort to recognize our outstanding women employees, especially because this is Women's History Month. So I would like to call on our honorees to please stand up and stand behind the podium because we want to have one more look at you and really give you our deepest appreciation for all the work that you are doing for the beautiful city of Los Angeles. Thank you. It's always exciting and moving to hear your stories and learn more about the hard work that you do to build and maintain the infrastructure of our city. Whether you realize it or not, you are all trailblazers. Other people look to you and you help inspire other folks. And if I see you and if they see you, they know, wow, I can be a Tanya, I can be Sylvia, I can be Patricia, Felicia, and Joyce. It's just really mind-boggling to think of a big city, the second biggest city in the nation, having the most talented women here. And also on our board, we have 3 of us and your supporters. So from maintaining our streets and sewers, fixing potholes as you've seen, installing street lights, to building bridges and collecting trash, we appreciate your hard work and dedication to enhancing the quality of life for the people across the city of LA. Today, we celebrate all the work that has been done to advance women's rights and gender equality. It's also a time to acknowledge all the work that remains to be done. So in line with this year's theme for Women's History Month, we continue to strive for equal pay and workplaces that are equitable and inclusive. Each of you play a significant role in creating that workplace environment where diversity is not just something that is talked about, but rather it is practiced through representation from senior level employees to women in roles once considered unconventional for women, like that tree trimmer that we just saw. We will continue to do our part to support that mission and ensure that you are given the tools and resources to shape your career and work towards achieving true representation of women in leadership roles throughout the city of Los Angeles. And what more, we have a model in our Mayor Karen Bass, who's leading this city and giving us all the resources and all the skill sets that we have, that we are going to provide to the city of LA, just to make sure that our city remains competitive and also a top-notch city, providing the service for the quality of life of Angelinos. So, representing the Board of Public Works Commission, along with our esteemed President Aura Garcia and VP Villegas, the three of us are proud to support our honorees and all the women through the department that are doing outstanding work and inspiring future generations. The board is proud to recognize all of you. And really, it should not just be today. It should be every day when we acknowledge, honor, respect, and recognize the hard work of women. You are going to be representing other women employees in the city, throughout the city, and I have extreme appreciation for all the work that you do as our Board of Commissioners here, including our wonderful allies, Commissioner Vahid Khorsand and Commissioner Davis. Thank you so much for everything, and I would like to turn it over to Aura Garcia. President Garcia, do you have anything more to add? Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner, and to all the women here. I just want to say first and foremost, and I'm going to pass it over to Commissioner Khorsand and Commissioner Davis, as I was thanking the men that support the women, I failed to thank the men that sit next to us as well. And so the Commissioner Khorsand and Dr. Davis, it is always an honor to sit next to you as you support the women here in Public Works and along with us as well. So thank you for that. And with that, I think I'll start with Commissioner Khorsand. You're good? Okay. He gave his remarks. Commissioner Davis?
Once again, thank you so much for honoring the center of our society, the center of our families, the center of our city, the center of our community, our center, women. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And then lastly, I just say on behalf of the Board of Public Works, the 6,000 women that stand strong in this department, you are a highlight to us, and I just want to say thank you for your time, your service, and not just that, but you're not just doing your job, you're going above and beyond your normal duties, and with the personality and the character and what you bring to the table, just this holistic approach of each and one of you, and I have the pleasure to know each and one of you, just makes you even like a light within this city that we have here. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for being in the board in Public Works, as it is one of the best departments that we have here in the city. So thank you, ladies, and happy Women's History Month to all of you. We'll take a quick picture in the back with everybody here. Commissioners, if you can join us, general manager, directors, if you're here, and any other staff that came and supported your honoree, please come back here and we'll take a picture as well. And then we'll come back and do our regular meeting. So those joining us on the virtual platform, it's about a 5-minute, and then we'll be back. You can fill up your coffee.
Yes. Good morning, still morning. President Garcia, we are now on item number 4.
Thank you so much for that. We are reinstating our regular meeting. This is not the special, this is our regular meeting. Okay, so I do have a couple of items. Again, welcome everybody to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for March 22nd, 2024. And we do have currently quorum, so thank you for that. I'm sure Commissioner Corson is on his way back any minute. There were some items we continued. Items 1, 2, and 3, and 5 are continued to April 3rd. Other than that, we are going to take item number 4. However, I want to just clarify couple of things. One is I want to just double check that I have public comment on the regular meeting.
Yes.
I do? Okay.
Yes. Two for this item.
2 for this item.
Well, one person is gone, so one.
Not 6. I don't have a public comment card for public comment. Public comment.
General public comment?
Public comment. I want to make sure I close that before I move on. I don't have a card for general public comment. Give me a second. Okay, I believe this is it. No, this is item 4. Sorry. Oh, just the public one. Okay, this is for this is for general public comment. I don't have a card for that. We'll take you up, sir, and then fill out the card. Next time, please do it. I don't want to do it during public comment, but I'm going to let you do it now. And this is the only time I will do that.
It's misplaced, but here for the record.
Thank you. We're taking public comment now. Thank you.
Right. Mike Greenspan, and something was said today by one of the students about not knowing math. And I want to say, you don't need trigonometry, you don't need calculus, you probably don't even need statistics. In fact, after high school, I have only used one form of math one time, and that was Algebra 1, and out of 100 questions on a real estate test in Florida, 1 needed Algebra 1. But why do I emphasize math? Because we blow budgets. We have cost overruns. In fact, the 3 items that are off the agenda, since now it's off the agenda, I just want to do a quick review. And that is, when they do come back on the 5th of April, item 1, I did my math, will be increased by $325,000. Item 2 will be increased by $44,250. And item 3 will be increased by $200,000. It's very important because when you come into cost overruns, it means something else has to suffer. How could I say it to where you'd understand it? I guess as a Gator growing up and they'd lose to Georgia, the Gator fans would say, wait till next year. Well, let me modify that statement to your purposes. Wait till next fiscal year. And boy, let me tell you, Karen Bass has this advanced degree from USC, and guess what? They must not have included any math, because next fiscal year, starting July 1st, we are scheduled to be between 350 and 400 million in the red. Now, I know you women, great women's presentation. Always remember about the women. They have the monopoly on pussy.
Public comments now officially closed. I just want to clarify that we had to escort 2 individuals from our board chambers this morning due to interruptions, eating in our boardroom, and just walking in the middle of the hallway between our honorees and the guests. So for that, we were able to give them a warning and then a second warning as they violated the first warning and after the second warning, and so they were escorted out. Thank you to the security officer for that. I just wanted to clear the record. Okay, moving on to item number 4. This is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation in Council District 11, item number 4. I do have a public comment card for that, so we will take public comment cards now, which is Mr. Greenspan. Item number 4. This is a Clean Water Startup Hyperion Membrane Bioreactor Pilot Facility Project.
Yes, the good old Hyperion. I've actually been to a seminar there years ago, and it's an interesting place. It's a necessary place. And remember, once again, Here's a math issue. Yes, it's an additional $8 million. Does this money grow on trees? Are we that bad off in our projections? I mean, having been an appraisal, it's not a science, it's an art. But let me tell you, if you buy a house and then the bank takes it over, the bank needs, or lending institution needs to know the value of the property. And that's when you find out if the appraisal was good or bad. We've had lots of things such as that. So I hate to be a math hawk, but on the other hand, if we keep spending, someplace at the end of the line, we're going to come out be with no money. You're lucky right now money's going through. If I was in the controller's office, I would stop all the electronic transfers as an emergency, because we, on July 1st, will officially be anywhere from 350 to 400 million in debt. And if you think money grows on trees, adjourn this meeting right now and go pick it off the trees, because it's not there. And if we're that much in debt, a lot of these things are going to wind up in the trash can. You're not going to have money. What are you going to do? I'd go back to the old-fashioned way of paying your paychecks with paper, because they aren't going to be worth anything. Even Gray Davis once wrote a bad check for $3 as state controller, and he got socially promoted to lieutenant governor and governor with that under his belt. Yes, folks, as far as your paychecks, you may as well get them on paper, and then at least they'll have value as toilet paper.
Okay. Public comment for item number 4 is now officially closed. Okay. Moving, this is a recommendation from the Bureau of Sanitation to authorize an additional $2,940,000 in contingency funds and approve a revised budget of $21,040,000 to complete the installation and facilitate the clean water startup and commissioning of the Hyperion membrane bioreactor pilot facility project. And 2, authorize the Director of Bureau of Sanitation to request the Department of General Services to solicit quotes and issue purchase orders for the purpose of completing the installation and facilitating the clean water startup and commissioning up to the revised budget of $21,040,000 for the project. And this morning, because it is still morning, right? Mr. Nasir Imani is here. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Honorable Board of Public Works. Good morning. Is it better? Okay. Okay. All right. Good morning, Honorable Board of Public Works. My name is Nasir Imami with LA Sanitation and Environment, presenting this item. So we're requesting that this board authorizes an additional $2,940,000 in contingency funds and approve a revised budget of $21,040,000 to complete the installation and facilitate the clean water startup and commissioning of Hyperion membrane bioreactor pilot facility. Also, authorizing the Director of Bureau of Sanitation to request the Department of General Services to solicit quotes and issue purchase order for the purpose of completing the installation and facilitating the clean water startup and commissioning up to the revised budget of $21,040,000 for this project. So just a brief introduction on our Hyperion 2035 program and Hyperion MBR pilot project. MBR stands for Membrane Bioreactor. So the key objective of Hyperion 2035 is to transform the existing treatment process at Hyperion to an advanced treatment to achieve 100% potable reuse. The goals are to produce up to 230 million gallons per day of purified water, which is safe and reliable for potable use, reduce ocean discharges, and adapt to emerging regulations, and increase resiliency and efficiency of the treatment processes at Hyperion. So the groundbreaking ceremony for And for the MBR pilot project, MBR pilot project is the proof of concept and the cornerstone for Hyperion 2035, transforming Hyperion to 100% potable reuse. Key objectives are to develop design, cost, operation, and maintenance criteria for the transformation of Hyperion. Also obtain regulatory approval from State Water Resources Control Board and Los Angeles Regional Water Quality Control Board for Hyperion 2035. And the Hyperion MBR pilot project is in partnership with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. So in July 2020, the groundbreaking ceremony for MBR pilot project occurred. Unfortunately, our project has faced significant challenges due to pandemic and post-pandemic effects, such as raw material cost increase, shipping delays, extended lead times for equipment, also new regulatory requirement to construct an odor control facility for the MBR pilot project to treat off gases from the MBR pilot project. So the pandemic and post-pandemic effects has had significant impacts on the project schedule and budget. Despite all these challenges, we've made substantial progress with construction being approximately 95% complete. So the original authorized budget was $18.1 million. We are requesting an additional contingency of $2,940,000 to complete the remaining 5% construction and subsequently to conduct clean water startup and commissioning. So LADWP, our project partner, has agreed to this cost increase. The increased cost will be shared between the two departments on a 50-50 basis, and we are amending the Memorandum of Agreement, MOA, to account for the cost increase, which we will bring it to the board within the next couple of weeks for your approval. And that concludes my presentation, and I'm open to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. You were in a different format today, which was good. So thank you for that. Any questions, colleagues, on this item? I have Vice President Villegas.
Yeah, no questions, just a comment. I'm glad that we're being able to do something like this. I realize that we have additional need for funding, but I'm appreciative that we have a good working relationship with the Department of Water and Power to bring this to fruition, as this is going to be our pilot project to be a baseline for us for our future Hyperion 2035, if that indeed is the date. But happy that this is before us today. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, the Vice President Villegas. Any other questions, colleagues? None, nobody has questions. You did a good job presenting. I just have a quick question. The original allocated funding amount was 16 million?
Yeah, and then so we went back to the board to request additional contingency. So this is the second time that we're coming back to the board to request additional contingency. So 16 was the original one, and then with contingency that we requested, it was 18.1, and now we're requesting an additional $2,940,000.
Oh, got it. Okay, so what has led, what was the, did we estimate it wrong at the beginning, or what has been the issue, or why have we now increased it so much?
Yeah, so it's the continued effect of pandemic and post-pandemic, like the supply chain issues, which drastically increased the raw material cost. Also the delay because of the supply chain issues with delay costs to the project, and also the odor control project that we're constructing. So the odor control project to treat off gases from the MBR which has further contributed to the delay to the project and the deterioration of some of the equipment, and we had to conduct scope modifications to replace some of the equipment. And so there are many factors, but those are the major factors.
Okay, understood. When do we expect for this project to close out?
So yeah, only 5% is remained in terms of construction. So within I would say by the end of April or early May, we will finish the construction of the MBR pilot project, and then we will conduct clean water startup and commissioning. And once the odor control project is in place, then we will start the wastewater startup and commissioning and operation of the facility.
Okay, so this year, April, May, right?
April to finish construction and conduct clean water startup.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Good. Commissioner Reyes?
Just one question. Are you looking now for outside funding and a financing strategy for, offsetting, reducing the capital costs? Because next steps will be a huge cost. And if we're really going for the Hyperion 2035 project, that's a huge undertaking, very important priority project for the city of Los Angeles. So is that effort currently being done? I would hope you have started on that from the beginning.
Yes, Commissioner Reyes. So collectively with Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, we're looking into opportunities, grant funding opportunities, outside funding opportunities. And I believe we've been awarded, because another section under our division, Water Recycling Implementation Division, we've been awarded grant funding from the Bureau of Reclamation. Okay. So we're actively looking into those funding opportunities.
What role does the West Basin Agency currently have? Are they still in play for this MBR pilot?
No, they exited the partnership. So as part of the amended memorandum of agreement, it's going to be just LA San and Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. But West Basin was part of the original MOA, but is not, has exited the partnership since.
So since this is a pilot, we would expect as the board, and I hope my colleagues are on the same line of thought, is that you would be presenting a report and a series of recommendations for next steps?
Absolutely. That is correct.
Okay, we're going to be looking forward to that. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much. I visited the site about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago, and it was not completely done yet. We were kind of in the middle of the construction of it. I look forward to May now, as this will be now completely done and be able to see what you're doing there. So I'll probably visit the Hyperion pilot facility maybe May or June to just kind of oversee this last, because I was there when it started, so I just want to make sure that, not that I'm doing anything specifically, I just want to go see the final product of what we started a couple years ago now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you. I was there with that big delegation that went, with, I think even former Mayor Villaraigosa was there that day too. I don't know if you were there, but it was quite a big group.
I was there.
Okay, good. All right, well, I look forward to this being complete. Any other questions, comments? Any objections, colleagues? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 4 forward and forthwith? Thank you. I hear Dr. Davis and Commissioner Reyes. Ms. Cole, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 4, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioners. Have a great day.
You too. Have a good weekend. All right, moving on to item number 6. We are, 5 is continued, so we are now in item number 6. And let me just double check. I do have a public comment card for item number 6. Mr. Greenspan? And Ms. Cole, are you putting the 2-minute timing?
I am.
Okay, thank you.
Mike Greenspan, yes, while the last speaker was speaking, I did some arithmetic. Yes. You see, there's 2 different kinds of items. There's the budget fiscal year 2024, and that's from Fund 70X, and then the fund number to be determined on the Clean Water Capital Improvement Project for future. That's the fiscal year that's given, no exact fiscal year. I don't know if it will happen in this coming fiscal year due to budget problems, but guess how much? The number is $47,019,282. Now, I brought the gloves today so we can go pick the money off the trees. Where's it coming from? I hate to be a stick in the mud, but folks, a lot of these are pipe dreams. If you don't have the money, it can't happen. You're not going to get it on your good looks or you're dressing nice or whatever. There has to be the money. Now, are we going to add another almost $50 million to our budget deficit that will be in this next fiscal year between $350 million and $400 million? See, everything is budget based right now. If we were in a surplus, I'd say, oh, okay, I hope it's going well. But when we're in nothing but a deficit and we can't just go, hey, Gavin, send us some more money. They haven't got it either. They blew it. They blew their deficit. We blew ours. And now we don't have the money. So I'd like to know where this $47 million is going to come from in future fiscal years.
At the end of public comment?
Yes, it is.
Okay, public comment for item number 6 is now officially closed. This is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation or Engineering. 6? Yeah. I don't have it here. Okay. This is in Council District 6 for a revised budget, Donald Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, Emergency Backup Power Capital Improvement Project, CIP 6145, for the Donald Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, Avers and Eves Gates Replacement Project, CIP 6231, Screw Pumps Inlet Gates Project, CIP 6234. Recommending the board to 1, authorize the revised funding information for the project as indicated in the table of this motion. And on the total of the table, we have a total amount of $58,801,489. And with that, we have Mr. Shaw this morning. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Or I think it's afternoon now. Afternoon. Good afternoon.
And Nadir Shah, Bureau of Engineering.
Bureau of Engineering.
Engineering Division. I am here to present the board motion for the revised funding information for 3 capital improvement projects: CIP 6145, Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, DCT WRP, Emergency Backup Power, and CIP 6231, the DCT WRP, Avers and Eves Gates Replacement, and CIP 6231, DCT WRP, Screw Pumps Inlet Gates. The 3 projects, along with 2 additional components, were approved on January 2022 for a total budget of $111,193,000. The board approved a revised construction budget of $58,801,489 in February 2023. At that time, we used the preliminary numbers for each work order for corresponding to each CIP. The final numbers as established and shown in the board motion, they need to be revised in the original award board report to match contractor Kiewit's actual proposed breakdown. This is necessary to ensure that the contractor progress payments are paid on time and required by the Office of Accounting. The overall contract value remains unchanged, so we are not requesting any change. It's only the way the numbers were distributed. So after having the final negotiation with the contractor, so the change or the work orders have different amount, but overall it's the exact same amount as approved. With your support, we will complete this project. The contract duration is 1,095 days, expected to complete by September 26, 2026. Currently 8% of the construction is completed, and rest we will do so. So any questions on it?
Thank you so much, Mr. Saul, for your report this morning. Any questions, colleagues? Just to clarify, we're not adding anything. All we're doing is revising where the funding is coming from?
So it's sewer construction, SCM's fund, sewer construction and maintenance fund. There is no general fund to my knowledge. So there is no impact to the knowledge. Yeah, these all 70X, these are SCMC, Sewer Construction and Maintenance Fund, SCMF. So there is no impact. There is no impact on the general fund.
Okay, understood. Okay, that's good to hear. I don't see any questions. Any objections, colleagues? Hearing none, thank you so much. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 6 forward and forthwith?
To move.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Corson. Ms. Cole, there's a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 6 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 6, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
VP Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you so much for that. All right, Mr. Shaw, you're on your way. Have a good weekend, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 7. This is an administrative item. I'm actually, let me call Mr. Give me a second here. Mr. Gopal now. Item number 9, just because I know he's been sitting here patiently for a long time now. Mr. Gopal, we're gonna take you up now so that you can go on your way and have lunch. But before that, sir, we do have public comment. Mr. Greenspan on public comment.
Oh.
Yeah, just give me 1 second, sir.
More than happy to yield to it. It was on a tight schedule. Okay. Yes, item 9, the roads. God, how terrible these roads are. They suck. But I guess, hey, we pay some of the highest gas taxes around. And what are we getting for it? Hey, I'm going to lobby once again for 0.2 of a mile from my apartment, what I call Jigsaw Puzzle Road. No, it's not full-fledged potholes, but there's chunks missing. There could be in triangular chunks, whatever. So as I walk across the street, I have to be certain I don't trip in a hole. It's not a pothole, but it's not a slurry seal kind of repair. I wish every street that we could easily maintain them and just slurry seal everything, and it would be a wonderful, wonderful world. But let's wake up to reality. It's not happening. Now, I know the rains do potholes. We don't have snow to worry about like other cities in the north, but let me tell you, they are roads that have been totally neglected. Of course, they're in the Sun Valley end of North Hollywood especially, and going into Sun Valley and probably going into Sylmar and Pacoima, a lot of them. In fact, former council president, now U.S. Senator Alex Padilla came from District 7 where they had dirt roads. That's right, dirt roads. How could we, in this day and age, way past horse and buggy times, have dirt roads in a city like this? So I know you get the good neighborhoods where Cammie Harris and Dougie Abbott live in Brentwood, but what about our neighborhoods? Thank you.
Public comment for item number 9 is now officially closed. Mr. Gopal, we are eager to hear your status update on major upcoming street improvement projects from the Bureau of Street Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners and President Garcia. My name is Angelo Gopal, and I'm superintendent with the Street Renewal Division, Streets LA. This information is being provided to keep the public informed on the upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays. For additional information or concerns, you can contact our coordinating section for the Street Renewal Division. The following major street project is scheduled in the Valley region during the week of March 24th through March 30th. On Saturday, March 30th, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., we will pave Mulholland Drive, Alessandro Drive to the Mulholland Drive North Service Roadway, which is in Council District number 3, under the Woodland Hills Warner Neighborhood Council Pavement Preservation Program. Additionally, we'll provide an update on our 23-24 Pavement Preservation Program. During the week of March 24th through March 30th, the Valley and the Metro regions will complete 16 projects for a total of 11.17 lane miles. The press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has coordinated with the council offices to assist with the outreach to the stakeholders. We have coordinated with the Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control assistance. This information is also available on the Streets LA website. And this concludes my report.
All right, Mr. Gopal, any questions for the Bureau of Street Services? Hearing none, thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day, and thank you for your patience.
Same to you.
All right, colleagues, we have 7 and 8. These are administrative items, and so I am gonna take 7 now. Give me 1 second. I think I just missed 7 here. Let me have yours. Yeah, here we go. This is, we do have a public comment on item number 7. So public comment, Mr. Greenspan?
Mike Greenspan. Yes, we're about to embark on another project. In about a month from now, we'll have our bid receipts, and for a mid-city low-stress bicycle enhancement corridor. And it should be coming to about $2,700,000 in rounded off figures. And there's an item on the news this morning on KNX. It's talking about in Soto Martinez's district, they're going to be making about a 3.5 mile bike route, taking away 216 parking spaces, but the cost of this 3.5 mile project is $8 million. And I'm just wondering, how does that compare to this one, which somehow only has a $2,700,000 price tag? Something has me thinking, I'll bet you it's probably going to cost more. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Maybe looking at something else down the street, or I should say in maybe the adjoining or no more than 2 council districts away, $8 million for 3.5 miles. So I'm cynical. I would like to say that your project's going to be on time, under budget, but we know better. And also, very few people bid. Oh, yes, let's bid on it, let's bid on it. And then maybe at most 10% usually show up for the bidding. And then some get bogged down in this detail and that detail. I've seen these things happen. Not just this city, anywhere. It always happens. You just have a few that survive and go through all the hoops to put up with it. So I just don't believe we're going to be a $2,700,000 project.
Public comment for item number 7 is now officially closed. This is an administrative item, specification submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids in Council District 5, Mid-City Low-Stress Bicycle Enhancement Corridors, Work Order E1908716 for an estimated amount of $2,695,564. Bid receipt date will be Wednesday, April 24, 2024. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Ms. Cole, there's a first by me and a second by Vice President Villegas to approve item number 7.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 7, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you so much for that. Moving on to item number 8. This is the last item on today's regular agenda. This is the mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of the Bureau of Sanitation to execute the memorandum of agreement with the County of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles County Flood Control District, and the cities of Beverly Hills, Culver City, Inglewood, and West Hollywood for the cost sharing and implementation of the Bayona Creek project. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Ms. Cole, there's a first by me and a second by Dr. Davis to move item number 8 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 8, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
All right, colleagues, it is now 12:32